Hi, we continue to discuss the final project plan. So this is the sample final project plan. So this is the 1 or 2 page summary of the project plan. So first page and second page, and the sample data set. So so the sample project plan have the objective and the data description and analysis plan. So objective is just objective. So for example, I will investigate how salary for baseball players are determined by other variables. So difference in salary and performance between teams will be also evaluated. So so for example, the higher salary, then maybe the team is stronger, better. And the data set. So just the describe data set that as concrete as possible. So how many observations, how many variables, how many data sources. If multiple spreadsheets, then how many spreadsheets, and how data are structured. And analysis plan also make it as concrete as possible. So just if you fit some regression model, just write the equation, or just clearly mention which is response and which is predictor, and what to analyze. Yeah, so this is plan. So sometimes it does not work, but develop your tentative plan. So if it does not work during your analysis, that you can modify the plan. Yeah, so this is the sample project plan. So just to keep it short and simple. So this is just to make sure that you are on the right track. And the next file is the useful data sources. So you wonder which data source you can use. So there are several websites. And again, it is ideal if you can find data from the first source, such as governmental organizations, your workplace, or your own research. Yeah, so there are several sources. The one is the international or governmental organization. For example, some atmospheric data can be obtained on the National Centers for Environmental Information, NOAA website, or climate.gov or Climate Data Online. And also some other data set from the data.gov, some agricultural and some other things. And epidemiological data, medical data. You can get the data from the CDC website. And also some education data, NCES, the National Center for Education Statistics website. And also local government, for example, data.michigan.gov includes some data set. Michigan Department of Education have a lot of data set, and the Bureau of Labor Market Information, it has more comprehensive labor market data than the Bureau of Labor Statistics data. I mean, more local data, city level data, for example. Yeah, and some students analyzed the data on other states, the Texas, the solar energy generation data, or Chicago, the crime rate data, or some students analyzed the California data. I forgot what data. And some economic data from the FRED. FRED is the Federal Reserve economic data, but this is mostly time series, so it's a little bit harder to analyze. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the Census Bureau and some other websites have the data. And international organizations, OECD, IMF, Eurostat, United Nations, for example, disease data nationwide, Federal Reserve Board, European Central Bank, and so on. And real estate data. So some index, the real estate, the index is obtained by the S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Home Price Index page. But also, if individual data you would like to obtain, you can go to local government's website. Probably the city level. I live in Troy, and Troy City have a good website for the real estate transactions. So city level data, possibly county data. And the commercial data is probably harder to use. You have the Zillow or the Trulia or something, but these data, so these are just for consumers. So probably it's a little hard to get the database. One by one data, it's very detailed, but yeah, you can click one by one, but still you have to have some objective data set. You cannot randomly click. And some search engine data, the Google Trend data, and maybe Yahoo Finance data. So these are more time series, but some non-time series data. And some other data from the sports data are available from maybe soccer, baseball, football, and so on. And one student analyzed the marathon data. And also some data, some websites introduce some data source. So for example, the Forbes, the website introduced several data sources, 35 or 33, I'm not sure. And finally, the data repository, the UCI is a famous one, but you can find probably a couple of others. And Kaggle, Crowd Analytics are data competition websites. So you can use data, but your plan should be original and different from the data competition. Yeah, so these are just some concrete ideas on how to develop the the final project plan.